Hey everybody, welcome to Games Never Finished. Vicious Grandma here. Had some technical difficulties with software in my microphone, so hopefully you guys can hear me. I feel like that's kind of the thing that I've been kind of checking on. But yeah, today I want to talk about the next game to kind of finish up Season 1, and that is going to be Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, Metal Gear Solid 5 is a game that was released by Konami that had a lot of controversy around it. First of all, we see that the creator of Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima, really had a falling out with the company that he's been with for, almost 30 years. And when we look at that situation, it just seemed like, what happened? What was the breakdown on this on this video? And I think what ended up happening is that there was just a lot of pressure at Konami to kind of change with the times. When you think about a Hideo Kojima game, especially with Metal Gear Solid, the very first game for the PlayStation, there was a lot of time that went into it. Like, he was someone who didn't rush through anything. He wanted to make sure that, as an artist, wanted to make sure that everything was pieced together in such a way that when you would put the finished product out, that people are not only buying the game because they want a fun experience of playing the game, but that there's an experience, that they're being entertained as well as being instructed and moved by what they're playing. So when you get to Metal Gear Solid 5, you see that this is a very long, lengthy process, and rightfully so, because the thing is when you submit a game like Metal Gear Solid, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to win awards, that you're going to make tons of money from this game. And we have kind of seen that there has been this switch and this change with certain fads in the gaming industry that Konami is trying to be a part of. And even if you look at what Konami's doing now, it just seems like a lot of stuff they're producing is collections of old arcade games, a lot of stuff that has free to play, even stuff that has monetary, where you have to kind of pay. It's technically not free to play, but you have to pay money to be able to microtransactions. That's the word I was looking for. It just came to me. So you have these microtransactions that people are trying to play. And the greatest example was Metal Gear Survive. Like, how many of you have really played that game? I played it, and I hated it. It was just dumb. It didn't have the same feel. It didn't have the same emotional impact, or sometimes even the weird stuff where I'm scratching my head like, what the heck is this? It just seemed like it was a different game. But even if you played the game, it's like, oh, well, if you want to have another character, or if you want this, then you're going to have to pay money to kind of accelerate the game. It's like, no, I'm not even enjoying this. Why do I want to pay more money to have that potentially may or may not have a great experience with it? And then even looking at the game Metal Gear Solid 5, you could tell it just seemed like it was rushed. Like, there's certain things, like I've kind of stopped playing the game was, I think, at the end of Act 1. And then it seems like the very next mission I have to play is like a mission I've already played, but it's different. It's a little bit more challenging. It's like, well, why am I doing this again? This doesn't make sense. If I'm thinking as a creator in the flow of the story, why am I doing this? This does not make sense to me. The other thing was just the multiplayer aspect was weird too, and I'm not talking about Metal Gear Solid Online, because that seems fine, but the fact that people could attack your base and you could be out doing a mission and it's like, hurry up and get back because someone's attacking your base, and it's like, what's going on? Like, if I'm doing a mission, like if this was like real life, if I'm doing a mission and I'm trying to rescue hostages or grab blueprints or whatever the objective is, if I'm in the middle of the camp that I'm trying to rescue someone at and I hear, hurry up and get back because someone's attacking our base, I'm going to continue the mission. I'm not going to be like, oh, hold on, sorry, person I'm supposed to rescue. I got to get back because I didn't set my troops up correctly. Like, it just seemed weird, and it just didn't seem like it worked very well. And so that's kind of what turned me off from the game, and I kind of stopped playing it because, again, like anything else, there's a new game coming out, you're playing that, and you find that more enjoyable than the game you're previously paying, and it just kind of goes back into your collection. So that's kind of it, and even after the fallout between Hideo Kojima and Konami, it just seemed like there's this some tension. Like, I think there's the Video Game Awards, and it was like Konami said, well, Kojima's not allowed to come to the Video Game Awards because it just kind of happened where he left the company and all that happened. And it just seemed like there was just a bunch of bitterness and anger and all this stuff. And even in that, like, and especially like Konami as a business, you could tell things were changing because you had a very hyped up game like Metal Gear Solid 5. And even with Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, you bought the game, but then there were people who were arguing, like saying, well, wait a minute, it only took 6 hours to complete this game, why are we paying full price? So Konami's like, oh, yeah, we'll drop the price, we'll shave $10 off it, make people happy. And then you get Metal Gear Solid 5, and it feels like an incomplete game, and it just feels like some of the stuff that doesn't work seems like it was probably just thrown in last minute. And then the other thing is you also had from Konami PT, which was a playable teaser, which ended up being an introduction to Silent Hills, which was Kojima, Del Toro, and then you had Norman Reedus as the main character, and people were hyped about this because people really wanted a great Silent Hill game. And I mean, I've played all the Silent Hill games, but I know the last one was kind of a stinker. And I think there was bugs in it. I think was Homecoming the last one? I'm not sure, but Homecoming, like, there was glitches in that game, and I never experienced them. I actually finished a game, but I know for some people to get to a game-breaking bug, and there was like no way to repair it, and it's like, ooh, like, that's kind of crappy. So you see that there's fans or people who are fans of these games and fans of the company who really wanted that. And when you change direction as a company, you are going to alienate your fans. And it's very interesting to see what's going to happen next at Konami. Are they going to be able to be relevant in the next 5 or 10 years? And I know there's a lot of hype around Death Stranding that Kojima's doing. So we'll see. But I think it's going to be a very interesting event to see. So with that being said, I'm very excited to start playing Metal Gear Solid 5 again. I actually booted up the game, and as I booted up the game, just to kind of open up, just to see, okay, where am I, what's going on, just kind of get my grounding, so I can kind of have direction of what I'm doing. And instantly, it was just like all these cutscenes started coming up, like the one where all the nukes have been destroyed. That was supposed to be like, maybe we should have never seen this ending, and apparently we saw all that ending. I saw a couple happy birthday endings where I guess I must have missed, and then there was this weird ending where Snake and Quiet are like playing in the rain on the base and just running around, and it really weird stuff. So like for 20 minutes I just watched videos, and then I finally go, okay, where the heck am I? What am I doing in this game? So I'm very excited for this game. I'm very excited for you guys to watch me play this game, and and I'll be playing real soon. All right, guys, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for watching me, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.